Every day, the modern world generates trillions of data points. Phone calls, financial transactions, passport scans, and shipping manifests pour into secure servers. To the untrained eye, it is an ocean of pure, unintelligible noise. In the immediate aftermath of September 11th, the United States intelligence community recognized a severe operational failure. They already possessed the specific wiretaps and travel records required to track the hijackers, but those datasets were scattered across dozens of isolated databases, unable to communicate with each other. Enter Peter Thiel, a billionaire investor fresh off the sale of PayPal, and Alex Karp, a Stanford philosophy PhD. At PayPal, Thiel's engineers had built software specifically to track suspicious money flows. He theorized that the exact same pattern recognition logic could be applied to counterterrorism. They pitched this concept to Washington, securing early rounds of funding from In-Q-Tel, the venture capital arm of the CIA, officially launching Palantir Technologies. Intelligence work shifted away from manual cross-referencing and moved toward automated systems capable of mapping connections across global data streams in seconds. To understand how Palantir tackles this massive problem, think of it like human linguistics. To organize chaotic noise into a functional language, you must first establish strict rules of grammar. Palantir's first flagship software platform is called Gotham. If we look at data as a language, Gotham is the syntax. At the bottom layer, the data foundation, Gotham ingests disorganized databases from different agencies, applying unified rules. Moving up to the operational layers, Gotham gives the data structure so operators can easily search massive volumes of information. Looking at this live operating picture, we can see the results in the field. By structuring data from live sensors and historical records, the software allows military analysts to quickly map the hidden networks of insurgents, track troop movements, and locate roadside bombs. By successfully providing the basic syntax for global information, Palantir built the technical foundation for a highly efficient interagency surveillance architecture. As the software matured within the Pentagon, Palantir looked toward the commercial sector. Fortune 500 companies, from aircraft manufacturers to international pharmaceutical brands, soon realized they suffered from the exact same siloed data problems as the CIA. By 2020, annual bookings had surpassed $1 billion as Palantir scaled its operations across the global software market. But Gotham's structural approach had a limitation in the business world. A grammatically correct sentence is completely useless if the reader doesn't understand the vocabulary. Having a clean database is not enough. A business leader needs to extract actual meaning. To solve this, Palantir introduced their commercial platform, Foundry. If Gotham is the syntax of the data language, Foundry is the semantics. Foundry bridges the gap between back-end data management and front-end analysis. It translates raw structural data into a readable, symbolic big picture that executives can easily understand. An executive managing global logistics doesn't want to read millions of rows of shipping coordinates. They want a clean visual interface that highlights where their supply chains are breaking down, allowing them to reroute materials before a factory floor stalls. Foundry gave business leaders the ability to uncover hidden inefficiencies, allowing them to extract financial value by understanding the meaning trapped inside their own data. Palantir does not sell a simple off-the-shelf application. When an organization signs a contract, Palantir deploys specialized engineers to embed directly into the client's day-to-day operations. Over months and years, Gotham and Foundry become the literal central nervous system of the organization, directing workflows for hospitals, massive retail banks, and allied militaries. This creates intense institutional dependency. Once an intelligence workflow or a global manufacturing process is entirely reliant on the software, ripping it out is operationally equivalent to amputating a limb. This operational lock-in creates a unique technological moat, securing the company's influence within the decision-making core of democratic institutions. In recent years, Palantir has aggressively expanded into artificial intelligence, rolling out tools like AIP for corporate clients, the Maven Smart System for the military, and Immigration OS for border enforcement. This completes the linguistic analogy. Once a system possesses syntax to organize the words and semantics to understand their meaning, it achieves pragmatics, the way language is actively used to trigger real-world physical action. These AI tools identify visa overstays for ICE and process drone and satellite feeds to automate target tracking for the Pentagon. Looking at this mission planning interface, we can see the software actively generating recommended courses of action. By simulating variables like terrain specifics and troop movements, the AI surfaces operational dependencies and suggests optimal extraction routes to a military commander. The software directs state action and physical force by identifying specific targets and autonomously suggesting military maneuvers. Palantir often defends itself from critics by claiming it only provides the tools, acting as a neutral communication channel for its clients. However, the invisible architecture of an AI system inherently shapes the final outcome. When engineers design a targeting algorithm, they have to decide exactly which data points to weigh heavily and what specific criteria prompts a threat alert. These private, largely hidden engineering decisions effectively write public policy. The code directly influences who gets flagged for deportation, who is audited for fraud, and who is targeted in a conflict zone. As governments and corporations increasingly rely on private technology companies to structure the grammar and meaning of their operations, society is quietly outsourcing its most critical moral decisions to algorithms hidden inside a black box.